Ted Cruz can win. He has the capacity to, through eloquence and presence and delivery, to rally conservatives in a way we really haven't had since Ronald Reagan himself.
If you look back in 2008 and 2012, the problem with the Republican candidate was not that they were too conservative, it is that they were moderate and the conservatives stayed home. Even in the post-election analysis, Mitt Romney's campaign stepped over the base to try to reach the middle, and the base stayed home. The Republicans have to have a candidate that connects with the conservative portion of the party, which is about 25% of the general election vote.
He is also somebody who might do unexpectedly well in New Hampshire. He got a great response in that room.
So if Ted Cruz does well in Iowa and does well in South Carolina, he can be the Republican nominee.
Voters who call themselves evangelical Christians have given hope to multiple primary candidates in the past. In fact, they propelled the former governor of Arkansas, Mike Huckabee, to a win in Iowa with 34% of the vote in 2008. In 2012, it was former Senator Rick Santorum who ended up winning the Iowa caucuses, barely, and his success was also largely due to one sect, the evangelical vote. Now, neither of those men were able to turn that evangelical support into an actual successful nomination campaign. But the difference this time is the primary schedule. And this could have helped Ted Cruz. As always, Iowa's first. And looking back at 2012 exit polls, evangelicals made up over a majority of Republican voters, 57%. Well, 2 states later, you get to South Carolina, third up overall. In 2012, evangelicals made up 65% of the GOP primary vote. And this year, success in Iowa and South Carolina could mean a lot more momentum and more money heading into this election cycle's game changer, what we're calling the SEC primary. Here's what's happening. For you non-college football fans out there, SEC stands for the Southeastern Conference, and multiple southern states are in talks to set their primary on the same day, resulting in a super evangelical Tuesday. Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Texas. The thing those states all have in common, evangelicals make up the largest religious segment in the state. They're 24% of the population in Texas, 39% in Mississippi, and 41% of the population in Alabama. So the proposed SEC primary could give a candidate like Ted Cruz, if he is the sole evangelical candidate, momentum that Huckabee and Santorum never were able to count on. And they could propel Cruz to not just relevancy, but to an actual shot at the nomination. Imagine that. It's 6 of the first 8 primaries. It'd be a big deal.
You raised some eyebrows when you were here not too long ago talking about Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
And that he interested you. And that a lot of people said, well, wait a minute, he's Mr. Establishment, Jack Welch. And now he's going outside the Petri dish that has the Bushes and the Scott Walkers. Are you saying you're a Ted Cruz guy?
As of today, I'm a Ted Cruz guy. I'm going to watch for the debates and everything else, but I like it.
What?
Look, in this book, we talk about, in this MBA in a box, okay, we talk about one thing, truth and trust, which are things of leadership. Truth, where truth is spoken, spin is gone, trust in the person saying it. This country needs more truth and trust. Ted Cruz says what he's going to do, and he does it. And he's as smart as a whip, and he's a good bet on right now.
I think Ted Cruz is brilliant. I think the president's met his match in this guy.
I think he is the most talented and fearless Republican politician I've seen in the last 30 years. I further think that he's going to run for president, and he is going to create something. And this guy has no fear. He just keeps plowing ahead, and he is going to be something to watch. And a lot of Republicans feel this way, George, and you hear this a lot. If we only got someone who was articulate and was for what we were for, we'd win elections. If we get these John McCains and these Mitt Romneys and these squishy guys that can't do anything, well, there's one thing this guy's not. He ain't squishy, and not in the least.
If you compare 2004 to 2008 and 12, 2004 is the last race we won. The biggest difference are the millions of conservatives who showed up in 04, who stayed home in 08 and 12. If men and women of faith show up at the polls in November 2016, we will turn this country around. We will pull back from the precipice. We will get back to the free market principles and constitutional liberties and values this country was built on. But it's up to you and me and every one of us to energize and mobilize people of faith to defend this nation we love so much.